If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all, man? Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the GMS show. What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope your family's doing good. As always, we start out this show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. GMS fam, tap into that live chat. Let me know you are in here. Shout out your city. Let me know where you from as you come into the live stream. Hit that like button on your way in. Tap in. I see you, Wilt. What's going on, Wilt? My guy Ronnie Forrest, King Lukey is in the building. Mike Reimer is in the building. Yes, share the live. Let people know where to pull up at, man. We got some things to discuss today, a few topics. Once again, I am not going to hold you long at all, but we got to get this shit off. We got to talk our shit, man. So, what up, Robert Thomas? I see you. Now, over the past couple months, or maybe a month. Was it a month ago or was it a couple months ago? I don't know. It was one of them. I can't keep up too much of the timelines with all the fuckery that's be going on the internet, but we all know what happened with Keke Palmer and her now ex-boyfriend / baby dad, Darius Jackson. So if you haven't been nowhere near this situation, let me just remind you that Keke Palmer went to a Usher concert wearing a sheer type dress. She had them tatas out, you know what I'm saying? She had the thong backing, but the sheer over the booty, the booty cheeks was still out, still visible, but they was covered by the sheer dress, you know what I'm saying? And she was having the time of her life. She was having fun. She was at a concert, living her best life, new mother. You got to understand, sometimes women want to feel sexy still after having a kid. A lot of women can't bounce back. A lot of women don't have the money to bounce back like a lot of these celebrity women do so quickly. And it still doesn't even mean that they'll be right mentally or feel beautiful or feel sexy about themselves. So I got to give her that credit as much, because I understand that. You know what I'm saying? You want to go out, you want to feel good about yourself, you with the homegirls. But when it gets to the moments where you have to interact with the act, you gotta keep it wholesome. You gotta keep it cool. You cannot lose your composure. Yet What took place that day was the opposite. She fanned out. She got moist beneath the sacred realms of her thighs. She was over the hills. She decided she wanted to get up close and personal, and not just that, but how about you turn around and show Usher them cheeks as well? Now, there are some guys out here who will be straightforward and be like, bitch, that's some fucked up shit. You ain't supposed to be dressed like that, letting another nigga rub up on you, hug up on you and all, showing them your ass and shit, man. What the fuck? You with me? And then there's the guys that don't want to look like they're the aggressive boyfriend or the aggressive man or somebody who may be verbally abusive or whatever the case may be. And they try to make it about something else so that they won't seem like such a bad guy. But in this instance, young Darius, you messed up. Because you should have been straightforward. Instead of talking about the outfit she had on and the fact that the obvious is she's a mother, you should have been like, how is she acting like this when she got a whole man at home? That backfired because after his tweet went out and started making and catching traction, people start getting on his head top, and he had to explain himself. He said, hey, I'm setting standards for what I would like to have in my relationship. It's not about y'all. It's not about what the fuck y'all like and what y'all want out of y'all relationships. Y'all not me. Y'all not her. We just had a baby together. Now, that's not what he said, but it was along the lines of what he said. Those were the two tweets. Two tweets went out. Two. He was demonized, scrutinized, embarrassed, and shamed for the world to see. And ever since that day, ever since that fateful day that he made that choice, he has been getting berated, shamed, disrespected, and embarrassed publicly, not just by the outside opinions on the internet, but his baby mother, Keke Palmer. Now, she has done several things so far to really get at this man. And if you have been paying attention, you will see that he hasn't said anything. He hasn't, thrown out no subliminals. He ain't put up no posts or nothing like that trying to throw shade. He's just been trying to live his life, do his thing, and be cool, and just be cool, calm, and collective. Try to maintain, that parent mindhood where, okay, this shit ain't gonna work out. Now I gotta reboot the system and make sure that my shit is good so that I can take care of my son with and co-parent this unhinged motherfucker right here, and try to make the best of it. When he's out here just doing that, not even trying to feed into the fuckery on the internet, here comes Keke once again with another dagger to the heart. Usher announced that he was dropping a new song called Boyfriend, and it featured Keke Palmer herself in the video, as you can see. Now, here's the funny part. This is after the video dropped. This little clip that you see me playing right here, this is after the video dropped. This is what she posted. But before the video dropped, this is what motherfuckers was posting on the internet. See, this is why the game is tricky. This is why people know how to do, they calculate certain things, and they can't. This is why I don't ever give nobody the benefit of the doubt when they try to say they didn't do something maliciously or on purpose. It's because they do things specifically and calculated just to antagonize the other person. This is what was posted the day before the video dropped.
Yes. Hello. What time is it? Damn it, I missed the show. Shit, I'm so tired. I'm a mother, after all.
I'm a mother, after all. just poking fun. First of all, this is your first time around the motherhood cycle. I don't think you should be I don't think you should be trolling in this way. You still have to figure out what motherhood is. You still have to deal with motherhood. Matter of fact, you still have to deal with the person you are co-parenting with. That's why I don't get why people do the petty shit for the public as if this shit goes away. It's crazy because, see, even after this instance, like, you see people on the internet talking about it, and you see the standpoints that they come from. And these chicks out here, the ones that's backing Keke and having Keke's back, are the ones that are knowingly supporting single parenthood. Keke Palmer has allowed the internet to dictate her own family and how she moves with her family and what she's doing in response to what happened over 2 tweets. The 2 tweets did this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Whose downfall have you enjoyed watching the most? Hey, how you doing, Auntie Soph? She said Keke Palmer's baby daddy. Liked by 25,000 people. Seen almost 1 million times. See, this is the thing. A lot of this comes from a place of women in these certain situations, especially being single mothers, trying to feel vindicated about the fact that they're not with who they're with, or they're trying to compensate for the fact that they actually are sad about the fact that they aren't with the person that they're with. They want to feel better about it. But the problem is, you're not Keke. You can't hop in a video with Usher or hop in a video with the nigga that you was fucking with down the street and have the same effect. So y'all got to live vicariously through somebody else. This shit don't make no sense. This shit falls in line with the most recent shit that's going on, because I posted something the other day, and I asked the question, is Kim Kardashian wrong for this? And everybody was like looking at it from a standpoint like, oh, well, how is she wrong for being at a Drake concert? Kanye's married and moved on, and she's doing her thing. She's single. Let her do it. Okay, I understand that. But let's not act like reality don't exist. I'll lay it out to you like this. Ladies, have you ever suspected your man of cheating? Have you ever wondered who this girl is that he has been cool with, or maybe you don't know and she probably popped up out of nowhere and, oh, that's just a friend and you shouldn't worry about it. We don't do this. We don't do that. Has that ever happened to you? What if, and I'm just putting it out there. I'm just asking you a question. How would you feel if you and that person broke up, and next thing you know, now you see these people kicking it, hanging out? Your ex-man is all looking all extra head over heels, or looking thirsty and all types of shit. When you think to yourself, I knew it. I had a feeling. I mean, at the least you would think I had a feeling that something was going on. We all know about Drake and Kanye's feud, right? It wasn't just a petty feud. This was something where Kanye actually felt like Drake had slept with his wife at one point. Things that Kanye had brought up before in the past and had people looking at him like he was having a mental breakdown and he was just talking shit and saying shit out his ass because he was losing it. Now you fast forward and you see the trend of things that have been happening involving his baby mother. And then I have to ask you how this looks. Drake walking away from his concert. Look who's standing right there. Thirsty, looking, hoping that he turned her way, and he didn't. Look at that shit. Thirsty. Being a thirst bucket ass wench. Trying to hope you get a moment. I hope Kanye sees this. She was hoping that this nigga would stop, give her a hug, acknowledge her, some type of shit. See, that's that vindictive ass, scorn ass, weird mentality that motherfuckers have, that they try to play that game and end up having worse consequences from it because you sitting there looking stupid your damn self. You thought a moment was finna happen. You thought, oh, I'm Kim, and he put me in his song. I know he's gonna stop and say something to me. Look at this. Look at this. Over there reciting the lyrics. I didn't come this far. She playing around like, come on, man. I hate that mentality also. Like, I've seen this before. Nothing annoys me more than the chick that plays around in people's faces and knows what they doing. You playing with humans, man. On top of that, a motherfucker that's clearly unhinged at times. We ain't been seeing Kanye at all. Kanye, if you see Kanye, it's because paparazzi done randomly caught him walking down the street with his wife or some shit, or this nigga got on some random shoulder pads or something. He ain't tweeting nothing. He ain't going to doing no interviews talking crazy. He ain't said shit in a minute. And just like in this Keke situation, you got the baby mom playing in public, trying to antagonize somebody and acting like they just doing anything. I'm just innocent. I'm not doing anything. I'm just here. That shit is crazy. That shit is wild to me. Yeah, I mean, and you got to remember what family you're dealing with. These are people who are calculated. These are people that will put their own situations on blast for the world to see, for reality television, just to get a check. Now, apparently, my guy Darius has reportedly moved on, and I think he actually has a new chick right now, maybe. I don't know. That's what the reports are saying. But I guess he had an interview recently, and they asked him about the situation, of course, and he said, you don't have to be in the same household to be good parents, which I agree. I agree, especially if there's some type of toxicity lingering around you guys' relationships. Is way better for you not to pass that shit on to your child. It's better off that you guys separate and try to co-parent from there. You know, I've seen that happen. I've seen it happen way too much, where people have allowed their toxic traits to be passed down to their kids, and now their kids is all messed up. And they sitting there wondering what happened to their kid. It was you. You did that. You were the result of that. You didn't have the ability to sit back and think, hey, maybe I should hold this back and be mature and adult enough and be conscious enough not to pass down some type of trauma to my child. But a lot of people are selfish in that way. And that also goes to show how much people don't give a fuck about their kids. A lot of people be acting like they do for the internet, but in real life, motherfuckers don't give a damn at all. You already damaged that child. Now you trying to play catch up. Now you trying to play, oh, let me clean this up. Let me try to do something better for my child. It's too late now. And here's another thing. One thing Keke's not thinking about this situation. They have a son. And I mean, it's not that I read that this guy's a good or bad father, but if he was a bad dad, I'm pretty sure that would have been put out on blast. So I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's a good parent. If he's a good parent and he's instilling what he believes in his son, he's going to see how mom is acting towards dad or acting in general. And he's gonna, and even if you're his, that's the thing people don't understand. You can have unconditional love for somebody and still be like, oh, what is that? Still be embarrassed, still feel like, oh man, that's kind of wrong. If he's raising a son the way that he wants to, or the way that he, you know, the standards that he so-called set for himself, well, he gonna see the same things. He gonna feel the same way his dad feel, especially if they gonna be close. You got to think about that while you out here in public disrespecting the father of your child as well. I said the same thing about Kim's kids. When she tried to say that Kanye's antics are gonna be more damaging to the kids than her sex tape ever will. Word? You think your kid's gonna go on the internet and watch Kanye rant about Jewish people and Adidas and think that, oh, he's the worst dad in the world? You really think they gonna think that? Everything Kanye has ever said publicly about his kids has been positive. So anything they ever see on the internet, any shenanigans or antics that they see on the internet from their dad is always going to have something sprinkled in there where he's saying how much he loves and cares about his kids. I don't think that's going to damage them at all, to be honest. I think they're going to be like, damn, dad a little wild, but that nigga love me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about it from that standpoint. What you think is going to happen? Show that's what I want. Since Kim is so confident about Kanye's antics being more damaging to her kids than her sex tape, well, put it to the test, Kim. Put that shit to the test. Sit your kids down when they get old enough. Put a rant. Nigga, play his entire Drink Champs episode. And then play 5 minutes of your sex tape. You tell me which shit is going to be more damaging to your kids, man. This shit it's baffling to me the way some people think. Now, speaking of baffling, speaking of outrageous, you guys, this is probably the story of the year, in my opinion, because of everything that surrounds it. Former NFL star Michael Oher is suing his former family, the Toys, however you say their last name. But you may know them from the movie The Blindside. It was a hit. It was an Oscar smash. It was a blockbuster phenomenon. We got to see a white family taking a big black nigga who was dumb as shit, and they got to play white savior to a motherfucker who had NFL potential. Just to put it in blatant, as blatant as possible. That's what we got. Now, Michael Oher is suing this family because, come to find out, he wasn't really adopted by this family. As a matter of fact, all they had him sign was a conservatorship. Now, I'm going to play this news clip so that y'all can hear what happened in detail, but we do have to speak about this. Now, it says Blindside update, and it's not surprising that the Toys are denying that Michael Oher didn't know he was adopted, but they don't deny or say why they had him sign a conservatorship agreement shortly after he turned 18. Michael Oher will have his day in court, and the Toys will need to give a full accounting of the 2% royalties they received from the film that grossed over $300 million. Let me say that again. He is getting the full accounting of the 2% royalties they received from the film. Let me just let y'all in on something real quick. That family claimed that they never made a dime off the movie. They claimed that they never signed, they got a flat rate. This family claimed they got a flat rate for the movie and didn't get paid for it. The only thing they was getting paid for was the books that they was putting out. Come to find out, not only were they getting a cut of the royalties, but they set their biological white children up with the royalties as well, gave them a percentage to set them up with also hundreds of thousands of dollars on top of that. Do y'all want to know how much Michael Oher, the one that was the man that made that movie possible, you know how much he was getting in royalties of that movie? Nothing. Do you know how much he got actually paid for that movie? Nothing. Nothing. So you tell me what the problem is.
Former NFL star Michael Oher. According to Oher, he never saw any of the money his family made off his incredible life story. And legally, they might not be his family at all.
The 2009 film The Blindside captured hearts on the big screen, telling the story of future NFL star Michael Oher's adoption by a wealthy Memphis family.
Portrayed him as a dummy, like he didn't have no sense, just like a big buffoon ass John Coffey ass nigga. And that wasn't who he was at all. As a matter of fact, I'm hearing that they trying to call for Sandra Bullock to give her Oscar back. Fuck that. Let her keep the Oscar. She killed that role. What they need to do is fucking find the man who made the decision to make Michael a dumbass in the movie and tell him to give up all the money he made or the royalties he making from the goddamn movie. That's who the fuck they need to go after.
But tonight, in a new lawsuit,
Who
Oher
wrote
claims
that
it
shit?
was all a lie. The Tuohy family exploited him for their own benefit, and now he wants to sever all legal ties. Oher alleges the Tuohys have falsely and publicly
Amazing.
represented themselves as the adoptive parents of Michael, but never legally adopted him. Instead, Oher says the couple tricked him in 2004, less than 3 months after he turned 18, into signing a document that made Sean and Leanne Tuohy his conservators, giving them full legal control over any of his contracts, but no familial relationship. It's a lie Oher says he discovered to his chagrin and embarrassment just 6 months ago. With that power, the petition alleges the Tuohys negotiated the movie deal for The Blind Side in 2006. Oher claims the family made millions in royalties, while Oher says he received no payment whatsoever.
The Tuohy family is speaking out, disputing those claims. And our next guest has been covering every angle of it, and I want to learn it. So let's bring in ESPN senior writer Michael Fletcher. Michael, I want to start by tell us more about what the Tuohy family is saying.
Well, the Tuohy family is saying that Michael Oher, knew that he wasn't adopted, and they were kind of using that term colloquially. But also the Tuohy family says that Michael Oher is essentially trying to shake them down, that he's threatened in the past to go public with this. He's hired other lawyers to try to move this argument forward. And and that he's, really just trying to get money from them now. That's their argument.
Okay, but Sean Tuohy claimed that the family did not make any money off the movie. But Tuohy wrote a book, and in his book, he admits they did make money, and they split the profits 5 ways. So which one is it?
I know. I mean, he says that in the book, exactly. And even going forward now, they're saying, well, there actually was a residual deal, and we shared the residuals with Michael Oher. And previously they were saying there were no residuals. So it's hard to know exactly, exactly what's what with this,
Which one was it, you lying motherfuckers? Which one was it? Was you getting royalties or were you not? This is why you always see, and I'm not trying to bring any other situation in, but we all know about the Joe Budden situation with him, Rory, and Mal. A lot of people don't really understand certain things when it comes to business, so they really just chalk things up to emotions or people not knowing certain shit and just acting out because they think they know some shit. With the Joe Budden situation, the one thing that people tried to skim over or try to act like it wasn't important was the fact that Rory and Mal was asking to see the accounting, and the fact that Joe was like, no, you don't need it. And people were like, well, if he's the one running the ship, why would he show his employees the accounting? If you're not hiding anything, you should. And on top of that, yes, this does come into play too when you also are actual friends with people. If you aren't scamming or you're not doing your people wrong, you shouldn't have a problem with showing it. But to try to mask it behind, well, I have no reason to show you the accounting because you guys don't run that department, or you guys are not in that, or you guys that's not in your field. That doesn't, to me, in my opinion, it does matter if somebody feels like they're being cheated. You should be the one who, if you're saying that that's not the case, you should be the first person ahead of this shit. They shouldn't even be asking for accounting. You should have already showed them, like, here, stupid motherfuckers, while you sitting there trying to act like I'm stealing or that you're not getting what you deserve. Here's the accountant. Now shut the fuck up. You either keep doing the show or you get the fuck on. I mean, it's really actually that simple, but they made it very difficult in this situation. So I'm glad that Michael is asking for the accounting and trying to get his just due. And they're trying to spin the story. They're trying to say that Michael came to them and was like, hey, if you don't give me $15 million, I'm going to, put this story out and all this other shit. First of all, you owe him. So regardless of the situation, motherfucker, he's in the right. Y'all scammed him, y'all tricked him, and now you mad because he trying to give you a ultimatum. You should have thought about that before you tried to go after a big black dude because you was money hungry, grubbing motherfuckers.
Their story is kind of moved And Michael Oher's story has remained the same. He's adamant that he got no money from the deal. The family says he refused to take money from the residual deal.
What?
And I think we'll have to see this resolved in court. One of the things Michael Oher asked for in his petition is a full accounting of the money that was made by the Blindside, by the Tui family. And as we know, this movie was an absolute blockbuster. You know, it grossed over $300 million at the box office. And according to the contract cited in Michael Oher's petition, the Tuies were entitled to 2.5% of the profits of that movie, on top of a $225,000 kind of down payment. So it'll be interesting to see what this accounting shows us, you know, because what you have two sides saying, both can't be true. They're diametrically opposed.
Yeah, that kind of math would mean $5 million a piece. How exactly did Oher find out about this in the first place?
You know, this goes.
I gotta stop it there. That got me feeling like Pops from from the Wayans Bros. $5 million? 5 million of them things? And y'all sat up there and tried to act like y'all wasn't getting shit? A shame.
Goes all the way back to when the movie was released. The movie was released in 2009, just as Michael Oher was beginning his NFL career. And he always had this sense that people were making money off the movie in the family. And he would ask about it, but always get deflected, according to his lawyer. Never get a straight answer about this. But he kind of put it on the back burner because he was playing football and making plenty of money doing it. But after his career ended after the 2016 season, he started digging into it more, his lawyer says. He hired investigators to look into what went on, and he was able eventually to wrest free copies of this contract. And he also saw a copy of a residual check that one of the family members got, according to his lawyer. And all of this kind of came to a head in February when one of his investigators dug out that conservatorship agreement, which told Michael Oher that he was not adopted by the Tui family as they have represented to the public in so many ways and for so long.
That is probably the dagger. That probably hurt him more than finding out that they was making money off the shit. To be honest. Because if you went this long thinking that you had an adopted family or that these people actually took you in or actually felt like you were their adopted son or actually tried to act like that, portray that, only to find out that they made you sign something just so they can be over your business dealings and financial dealings. Oh, I'll be trying to take everything from them. I'd be trying to take every single last dime from them. I'd hope that they have to move out of their house. I'd hope they have to sell some of their cars. I hope that the daughter got to sell a car. I hope the son got to give up his apartment or some shit. I'm going for jugulars. Y'all duped me. Now I want y'all to hear from the horse's mouth himself how he felt about the situation.
And you just said you feel like you've been mislabeled sometimes, misunderstood. And I think, at least from what I've read in the book, a lot of that stems from how you were portrayed in the movie The Blind Side. And that people might have the wrong idea of your personality, number one, that you were this kind of shy wallflower, that you were timid and you had to be kind of like drawn out of your shell, when in reality, you were a workaholic, you were hyper.
They made him look like he was on the spectrum.
Organized, and you were like, damn it, I'm making something of myself no matter what it takes after a rough background. Is that the big one that you feel you were mislabeled as?
I think it took away the hard work and the dedication that I created from a child, and going to school in the 3rd grade, getting myself up. First one in the locker room, last one out. And I think the biggest for me is, being portrayed, not being able to read or write. 2nd grade, I was doing plays in front of the school. And I think that's one of the, when you go into a locker room and your teammates don't think that you can learn a playbook, that weighs heavy on someone, and you have to understand. I understand that the movie has given me a position. I'm honored to have the position it's given me, but you have to understand, before I moved in with the family, I was an All-American. That's what I want the generations behind me to see in this book right here, to understand that you don't have to have someone save you and rescue you to go out and be successful. You got every tool in you. And this book right here is a playbook on life. You know, looking yourself in the mirror when I was 11, 12-year-old kid, telling myself, hey, everyone around you is in an even worse situation that you're in. So you're going to have to get up and do this thing yourself.
Now, interesting enough, he also spoke about it. You know, this is part of his lawsuit. The fact that they portrayed him as somebody who was dumb or illiterate, it actually hindered him in his career. So even though he was good at his position, coaches and players were looking at him as if he wasn't capable of doing things that he was very well overly capable of doing. And it was because of the portrayal that they had in this movie. Which also is crazy to me, because if you have somebody on your team and you working with these people and you seeing who they are, you could clearly tell that this person isn't the same as who they were portraying in the movie, but it doesn't always work. That also shows you the disconnect really between, you know, staff and the athletes when it comes to these organized sports and these big leagues and shit like that. There's not no real family oriented, especially in football. There's way too many players on the fucking team to even give a shit. The coaches and the big wigs in the office, the front office, they give a fuck about the stars. They give a fuck about the guys that start on the field. Maybe the secondary. It's not a real family unit. So I can already tell you now that they probably seen that movie or heard about him and wrote him off automatically without even giving him a chance. So I think that was unfair as well. So I hope, once again, that he gets every dime in the world. Look at this shit. In a heartbeat, sharing the power of cheerful giving. These guys wanted to play white savior so bad, and now it is coming back to bite them in the ass. So good luck to you, Michael Oher. I hope it works out for you, and the best to you and your family, the people you do really actually consider your family. Now, one more thing, man, before we move along. I told you I'm not holding y'all long today. Today is not a long show at all. I have to speak on this really quick. So last night, Akademiks went live to apparently crash out again. He wanted to show that he wasn't intimidated or scared by the responses that he got from the first time he decided to go off the rails talking about Erykah Badu and SZA. Now, he didn't change his tune about Erykah Badu. That was one thing. Second thing, he did change his tune about SZA because apparently he heard that what he said really affected SZA in a very negative way, and he did not want to have that on him or feel like that was his gain or his motive was to really just tear her down, even though clearly that's what he did. He had some smoke for Punch from TDE, which was very interesting because we are talking about the same guy who said he isn't about that life, or that he won't do this, or he's not a street guy, he's not this and that. But now he's found himself going at it with street guys because of the mentality that he has that, oh, well, these guys are making money. These guys are millionaires. These guys are in positions of power. They can't just crash out. They can't just try to get me killed or get me touched. They don't want to die. I don't want to die. They don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. So I'm going to keep talking shit and saying reckless shit about these people. And off the basis of that alone, I'm going to feel secure. Now, let me just remind y'all, that's where the confidence comes from. That's where the confidence comes from, is the fact that he feels financially secure enough to have security and to have protection around him. And he also is it has the thought that these guys that he's calling out or talking shit about, or who have responded to him, won't do anything because he knows they don't want to lose their millions or go to jail or end up hurt. please understand that Akademiks be covering whole RICO cases. He should know that when somebody decides to press that button, if you push them far enough, they just might do it. It still has to be proven in the court of law. That's the thing. You speaking on RICO cases, we know Young Thug did most of the shit they accused him of. But can they prove it? Young Thug can very well be found innocent and let out into the streets if they don't prove it, if they don't actually get their case together and do this shit the right way. I think he needs to understand that at any moment people can do what they want to do. And I don't think that being that secure, being that confident that nothing will happen to you is the quickest way to slip up and get too comfortable. And eventually something inevitably might happen to you. Now, I don't hope and wish that something happened to Akademiks, because I truly believe, honestly, that he's just doing the entertainment shit. Akademiks is not the fighter. He's not the guy that's going to pull the blicky out on anybody. He's not going to talk and go crazy on anybody in real life, face to face. So there's no point to even give it any energy. But if, and just if, something happens, what can you do about it? What can you say? And I will hope that he kind of moves differently after that. Inviting people to come show you or to come prove something, or try to antagonize people to come hurt you or to come do something to you because you don't believe people will, is the easiest way to make you a bigger target than you already are. One of his excuses was, I've had real serial killers who threatened my life and all this shit, the Chirac shit. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy. But you also got to remember that a lot of them niggas is stuck in the hood. They can't go across the country to go to your house somewhere, wherever the fuck you live, to go do something to you. These motherfuckers don't have it like that. Once you start talking about millions and the money that you got and what you can do to help defend yourself, that's when it starts getting tricky. And I just hope that he's not letting that get to him to put him in a position to get him fucked up. Because I don't hate Ak. I don't have a problem with Ak at all. I just think that when you get to a certain point in life, you start talking out your ass and you start doing things that you normally would have never did if you weren't in that position. Then people got to answer for certain shit in public. Like, you can't sit. He literally, and despite what people think, Akademiks can't just solely sit behind a computer and just stream and that be it. He has to be out here doing things. He puts together events. He's starting to do like some comedy shit or trying to throw event. These are places where people will pull up on you at. So you got to be careful about what you do and what you say, especially to people that really don't give a fuck. Now, I say that to also segue into what he had to say about MC Shan, because what he had to say about MC Shan also, it actually, really, to tell you the truth, it didn't bother me. And it was because I get where he was coming from when you want to encourage the OGs to step up and want to actually help encourage the youth. Now, I don't know if MC Shan was not or was doing that. I don't know if he was actually doing that, so I'm not going to say he wasn't, but clearly Akademiks felt some type of way. Now, if you remember, Akademiks made some comments about the OG rappers back in the day, calling them broke and dusty. And a lot of people, LL Cool J and, different artists around and media personality were talking about, Ak saying these things about hip hop legends and making it a general thing when really it was about one person. So he finally came out and said that it was about MC Shan, and this is what he had to say.
If this nigga don't look dusty and broke, you tell me, okay? I was talking about, and drum roll, and y'all know for now and eternity, nigga, I was talking about MC Shan. This nigga right here. I'm sorry to say, MC Shan, brother. Listen, I don't really know you, But I saw you on YouTube. I guess YouTube is your new hustle, whatever the case is. Everybody does YouTube. I don't care. That's nothing to belittle somebody with, but you're an OG in the game. And I watched you sit there and talk about some of these newer rappers in such a derogative tone, bringing them down, not understanding, and fuck even understanding what they were going through when they were young men who weren't even 25. You never kicked no game. And that to me rubbed me a little wrong way. Because you're sitting up here, I know, y'all saying who? Exactly why I never said the name in the first place. Now, the reason I even bring it up now, and I'll get past this topic real quick, is because it looked like he said something about Nas. Now, Nas is one of my favorite musicians. Nas is someone that I love. Somebody said that's Delonte West. This is not Delonte West. And it's crazy that you would disrespect Delonte West saying this is him. I love Nas. And, you know, again, this guy ended up disrespecting Nas. And I guess Nas pulled up on him. And, of course, like usual, he issued an apology quite expeditiously, okay? It went like this.
Olive branch has been extended.
Talk your shit.
Love that motherfucker right there. That's all I can say.
I love you.
The nigga got dentures and still missing half his teeth. This is what I was saying, Dusty and broke. I'm sorry to say. I know the truth hurts. I wasn't trying to like be mean. I was just being honest about what I seen. But everybody took offense about it. But now I finally got to call names. I was talking about that nigga. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like, again, he was talking about niggas like Youngboy and people like that. He shouldn't even be talking about them. Definitely not talking about people like, you know, Nasir Jones and, you know, the greats like that. And obviously when he got pulled up on by Nas. And by the way, you know, MC Shan, I'm not wishing you any bad ill will. I'm just saying that I think you're a poor example of what someone who's an elder statesman is. I've never seen you kick game to the youth. I see you criticize and I see you be bitter. I think that's beneath what anybody should respect. And I don't care how old you are. That's just the reality of it, brother. If I see any nigga in the game who's just mad about the new niggas who's getting it, sorry, brother. Like, yo, you're not being constructive. You're just being reductive at that point.
Well, hey, he's got a point. He has got a point, and I can't say I disagree with what he's saying. First of all, Nas has been somebody who, I mean, what can you say, or how can you feel slighted or even fix your mouth to disrespect a nigga that has so much respect for hip hop as a whole? And on top of that, there's so many hip hop legends with just so much time to do an event. Why do motherfuckers feel like they have to be the special motherfucker to be picked? Like, that's the whole thing. MC Shan was like, don't have no, you ain't having no hip hop 50 without MC Shan. MC Shan, you can't have it hip hop. What are you talking about? Nas, you a sucker, man. All this shit. And still was able to come out and perform. Why? Another reason why he was all extra happy and apologetic. Which is like, I don't know. It was weird, and I don't like that, especially when it's coming from another OG, when it's unwarranted, and for the simple fact that why are you going off on Nas when he is doing something that the industry probably would have never did in the fucking first place? I was just talking to my guy about this. He said the question has been posed. If it wasn't for Nas and Mass Appeal, what the fuck would the industry would have done for Hip Hop 50 anniversary? Do you think they would have held a concert and booked all these legends to come and perform? Nah, they was gonna leave it to BET. BET did a little 50 celebration. They said, okay, they did it, it's cool. No, Nas said, no. We not just finna act like this is just another random holiday to pass and everybody say, hey, congratulations, yeah, happy anniversary, and keep it moving. No, we celebrating the number one genre, the motherfucking genre that has been the most copied and imitated, the most successful genre in the entire fucking world. I thought it was dope to see Kool Herc see what hip hop has turned into, being one of the people that has started out doing it. Coming out on stage to Yankee Stadium to see a full crowd of people filling up the entire stadium there to celebrate hip hop, something that people didn't think would even last. And the one motherfucker that had to that has something to do with trying to celebrate all you motherfuckers you want to disrespect. But really, it was just for him to try to find his way on that motherfucker. Really, when you really think about it, it wasn't that he was actually mad that he wasn't chose. It was just that he wanted to be chose, so he had to make a spectacle of it, so that niggas can give him some type of sympathy booking. Which is fucked up, man. You got to do better than that, man. You got to be more of an example than that, MC Shan. That's all I got to say, man. Respect to the legends, but some of y'all just be wilding out just to wild out. And now you got a demographic, a generation of younger cats who really don't care about none of that shit you talking about. I mean, you would hope that they respect the legends, but it's hard when there's no mutual respect in it. That was where the disconnect happened. That's where the disconnect happened from the past generation to the generation now. Is that none of the OGs wanted to befriend and try to lead and try to mentor the younger guys coming up, which is why music is turned into the way it is, which is why the industry markets music the way that they do, why the criteria for who they choose to sign and put in the forefront in music is the way that it is. We could have been dictating this ourselves, but allowed other entities to move and shift things for us, and then adapt when we actually change and push the culture. So anything that black people do or anybody in hip hop culture does that helps change and shift the culture, the industry is going to find a way to capitalize off of that. Imagine if contracts started out as 50-50 partnerships when people started getting signed as hip hop acts. Imagine if there was no 360 deals heard of in hip hop, and people actually valued the artist and valued the artwork and actually valued what music is as a whole. I don't know, man. I think about that often, but that's just my high thoughts, you know. I was gonna tell another story, because I know last episode I told some interesting stories, some things that took place back in the day, but I am going to leave that for another day. So with that said, GMS fam, the Green Room, I appreciate every single one of y'all who pulled up today. It was a dope ass show once again, like always. I gotta thank the GMS fam. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Wait, we're not going nowhere yet. Just wait 1 second. 1 second. All right. 1 fucking second. We are not going nowhere yet because there's something that y'all need to do. You know, usually I end the show by saying, hey, yo, put this, hit the like button, follow me, hit the Cash App, all that other good shit. Today is different. I need y'all to do something else for me. All right? Y'all see the screen? Do y'all see the screen? I need y'all to do me a big favor. Do you see this? Another episode of the GMS beat tapes has dropped last night. I decided to put together some compilations of some newer beats that I've made, and I dropped a new beat tape on Bandcamp. This is number 7 right here. So what I want y'all to do is make sure y'all go and y'all tap in with that. I'm gonna put the link down in the comment section, man. I know a few of y'all already copped it. I appreciate the people that purchased it. You know what I'm saying? It's $5. It's only $5, man. If you want to listen to it, there's 14 beats on there. So all the artists and all the, you know, producers and creatives and all that good stuff, all you guys, all of you, go ahead and check that out. Let me go ahead and put this. Hold on. Let me get the chat up first. Got to make sure I put the chat up. There we go. I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm gonna do that right there, man. So what I need y'all to do, GMS fam, I'm gonna pin this to the top. I'm gonna pin this message. Y'all go ahead. Y'all click that link. Tap in with that new beat tape, man. GMS episode 7. If y'all want to know, matter of fact, I'm gonna play one of the beats as we get up out of here, man. Let me see, man. What can I play? Ah man, it's hard because it's some samples in here, man. I don't wanna get jacked. Pause. We'll do it like this. We'll end it like this. I'm gonna play the last song, the last beat on the Beat album. Y'all go ahead, y'all go check it out. You can listen to it for free, or you can purchase it for $5. Hit that link, support it. GMS fam, we out.